Hello everyone, my name's Andrew. I work in the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion team at Dudley Borough Council, and today I'm going to be interviewing my colleague Ian about the work that he does to support the deaf and hard of hearing community in Dudley. So, hello Ian, it's good to meet you today. How are you?
Hi, Andrew. So my name is Ian, this is my sign name, and I too work for Dudley Council and across the borough. Worked there for over 10 years as the teacher for sign language and deaf awareness. I teach BSL levels 1 to 3 and recently I've started setting up a computer course, ICT courses for the local deaf community. I really enjoy it, I love it. And how are you, Andrew?
There are a lot of people in the deaf community here.
Yeah, there's lots of deaf people in the local community, yeah.
And perhaps sometimes it's a hidden community though, because people don't always understand how deaf people communicate with each other, and perhaps some aspects of deaf culture. But I think we can ask a few questions and perhaps try to unpack some of those things for our viewers. So, is
Yeah,
that a
that's
good
good.
idea?
Come on, I'm excited.
Great.
Let's see what you've got, Andrew.
So I think because of the way deaf people receive information or prefer to receive information, can they read and write?
Oh, that's a good question. Can deaf people read and write? I would say they can in the main. It might be, for example, if you compare a hearing child and a deaf child, as a hearing child grows up, they have an environment where they are surrounded by English language. They hear spoken language, they hear conversations, and a deaf child can't access that spoken language that's going on around them, and that can impact on their literacy skills. Perhaps a hearing child's watching TV and learning language through there, whereas a deaf child watching TV won't hear what's being said, and also creates a delay in their literacy. Years ago, of course, we didn't have subtitles, so that made it equally difficult to access. But what I will say is now we've got the subtitles that allows an increased understanding of English, perhaps allows to catch up. And it's always seen where if you've got deaf parents with a deaf child, because they have a shared language, they're able to help them with their reading, writing and computer skills and helps them to advance. But deaf people generally can read or write. It depends really on what access they've had through their life.
So I think that shows that good communication is as important to deaf people as it is to hearing people. So how else do deaf people like to communicate?
So, good question. How do deaf people communicate? Well, they can use British Sign Language, signed communication to make, or they can utilise lip reading to try and understand what's being said or spoken. Deaf people are extremely strong on visual gestures communication, so they'll show things like drink and eat and pain in different visual ways which can be understood. There's a variety of methods of how deaf people will engage and communicate with different ones. The communication is a strength for deaf people, most certainly.
Sign language is a very impactful way in which people see deaf people communicating. It's very powerful. It must be one of the best things about being deaf. Are there any other good things about being deaf?
Oh, I like this question. What's best about being deaf? What can we do? I would say I've got a pride in what we can achieve. Deaf people do have a rich and expressive language. It's very emotional. We utilise our facial expressions to communicate, and it's wonderful. It's a real strength of ours. I mean, I would say deaf people can do anything if they put their mind to it. Okay, perhaps they can't hear 100%. That is a problem, but deaf can find another way of doing it. They're very strong in their visual understanding. They can see what's being said and they can catch information sharply with their eyes. So you can do anything really. But one of the other things that I love about being deaf is when I've got my hearing aids and there's noise in the background, when I take it off, the peace that I enjoy from that. Sometimes I just want to throw them away. It's lovely. I really enjoy it. But I do have access to some spoken language as well as my sign language. So really I feel like I have access to both languages. I'm a little bit bilingual. So really it means that I can communicate with anybody and achieve anything. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of being able to do it.
I like that bit about being able to switch off, if you like, sometimes. I think we all have that in our busy lives sometimes. But really, deaf people can do everything that hearing people can do, but sometimes in different ways. So, and I think also signing is very similar to music, if you like, in that it requires a passion to communicate, to learn and to teach, you know. What sort of music do you like, Ian?
Well, I would say I love music. It's beautiful. I particularly like operatic music. I love Phantom of the Opera. I've been to see it. It gives me goosebumps. I really like old-fashioned music, the 60s. I love all the musical instruments. So it might be even that you've got a deaf person who perhaps can't hear the music, but through vibration they can feel the music. I know there's some deaf DJs. So deaf people can do anything really. Music is one of those things. You can feel it, you can dance to it, you can hear it possibly with aids. It all connects. We love it.
Oh, that's fantastic. I've learned so much just from this short interview with you, and I think one thing that it prompts in me is we now see a lot more people signing, for example, on TV and in shows and at events, you know. So it's becoming more popular. So next step really, do you think everyone should learn BSL?
Oh, so should everyone learn sign language, and would I enjoy that? Yes, I think definitely. I would encourage everyone to make that move. It'd be great to have access to signing every day and be able to have that communication. Can you imagine if around the world we could all communicate through sign language? That would be great. And to have a shared culture, that would be so good. It would be really great for the deaf community to have access fully. Imagine if there was signing on the TV for all programmes with interpreters. Oh, it would be fantastic. I would love that. Deaf people would love that, having access to it every day. Can you imagine, Andrew? That would be great.
I could do. I think it's really, your classes sound like a really, really interesting experience. So for everyone in the borough, and myself as well, how would I join your class? How would I find out about them?
So you'd like to learn and join my class? Okay, let me explain how. Come on, I would definitely welcome you to come and join, Andrew. I'm going to hook you right in. You can find some information on that though. You can make a call through to about the course on 01384 818 43, or you could get information via email, and the email address is acl@dudley.gov.uk, and all the information's there. Come on, Andrew, come and join my class. Come and learn with me. You would love it. You would really enjoy the passion of it.
I think that's so good an offer, Ian, and I hope it's an offer that other people will take up as well for our service. So it's been really great to speak with you today. I've enjoyed it so much. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks so much.